Good evening. This is Crystal Woods. It's actually good morning, isn't it? But it's evening where I'm filming right now at the soccer field again. Why do we keep doing this? Oh my goodness. It's so good to be with you guys. Welcome to Fresh Friday. I'm Crystal Woods with Seasons in the Vine. And I want to just leave with you today something that I have been pondering and did a teaching on a couple of weeks ago. What I would say in Fresh Friday, I didn't say this in the teaching that I was at, but I would say, what are you tethered to? And what are you anchored to? And it's got to be Jesus, because the crisis will change, the circumstance will change, the family dynamic, the job, the relationship, all of those things will change. Whatever's going on that's hot and heavy right now, or just a big prayer concern, most likely 5 years from now, going to be something totally different. And if you are always tied to the temporal, then you will have a hard time finding that anchor of hope in the Lord, because you're tethering yourself to things that are consuming, that are distracting, that are they're just temporary. They're not going to be, everything's an assignment, all of these things. The crisis will change. And when we're so locked in and we think like this is how it's always going to be. I was talking also with a friend this week about permanency. And I think we have a natural desire to just know what everything's going to be forever and ever and ever. We want things to be permanent. We want to know, what's going to happen. And we like to put permanency on things, and they're so temporary, and we don't even realize how temporary they are. But we're like, this is what I'll do forever, or this is where we'll live forever, or this is going to be, and like one thing can change the trajectory of your whole life. And so with that, what are you tethered to? What are you tied to? Is it the Lord? Because it needs to be, because He is the constant. He's the stability. He's the one that's going to be there thick and thin and through it all. And I was just taking a walk with my mom, and she was saying, the last 4 or 5 years have just been so interesting. And I don't remember how it all came about, but just this idea, we just started the Acts Bible study. There's 70 people doing it this year. And it's just kind of mind blowing that, my churches have changed. My whole Seasons in the Vine thing has changed. My family structure has changed. I have 2 adult children now. I'm teaching our third how to drive, or we are, but it's kind of me probably more because I'm just with her more. But anyway, that's a whole thing. Everything changes. If you are attached to a kid, if you're attached to a career, if you're attached to a house, I'm just here to tell you everything can change. But she was saying you have just continued to work for the Lord. And even though the places even have changed, like I don't have the office in Redline anymore, like the location of ministry has changed, even where I do events has changed, yet I'm with the Lord, and that has not changed. There's no expiration on that. Like there's no ending in that. It's just a deeper level over time. And just that our relationship just continues to grow as I continue to abide, and He continues to prune me and lead me and guide me. And who are you tethered to? Because, like I said, relationships will come and go. Children will come and go. Crisis will come and go. But it's your constant relationship with Christ that you need to really develop and be fruitful in, and know how to stay in the vine, know how to really press in even when it's hard, know how to find Him when you're looking at a landscape and you're like, I've never been here with the Lord before. Like this is brand new. Where is He? How is He operating in this place? How am I supposed to operate in this place? And it's just about our relationship, because we like to think everything will last forever, because I think we're just prone to that. We want safety. We want predictability. We want to be able to just know we have that security. But I'm just finding the older I get, the more that is just not the case. And so I wanted you to think about what you're tethered to today. I want you to think about, is Jesus the constant of your life? He's beyond diagnoses and finances and retirements and health issues. He's beyond all of it. He's the constant, and we want to be in our relationship with him so tied and so aware that even when we're in a brand new situation and we might not feel him, we know he's there, and we know we can find him if we seek him, right? You will find me when you seek me with all of your heart. And so tending that relationship. So how do you tend your relationship with the Lord? That was what I spoke on a couple of weeks ago at a conference. How do you tend your relationship with the Lord? What does your one-on-one time with him look like? What's your community time with him look like? What's your conversations like? Do you know what he's doing in your life right now? Do you know how he is cultivating you? Do you know where the newest fruit is coming from? Do you know how it's being produced? What are the areas that he's sanctifying right now? Where do you feel his conviction? And, are you aware of what he's doing? Because even if you're not sure where he is in a feeling, he is most definitely there, and he has a lot to say. And that relationship with him, a lot of times when a crisis comes up or this, that, or the other thing comes up, sometimes, a lot of times, that can be the first thing to go, because we just get all into the temporal. We get all into the earthly things around us. And I was just in the scriptures this morning where it talked about to keep our eyes on the things not seen, because they are eternal and they last forever. And so how much are you eternally fixed? How much are you looking for your actions to have eternal value? And when you do that, like my mom was saying, like, it's so interesting how you've stayed in ministry these years amidst so many really big changes and different things happening. But it's the eternal value that no matter what season I'm in, what situation, whether I feel it or not, am I tethered to him, and am I doing what he wants me to do? Am I at least even aware that I want to be doing what he wants me to do? Do I value that relationship with him and what he has to say? And do I protect it? It's getting darker in here. You're going to have a hard time seeing me. But do you protect your relationship with the Lord? Do you make sure that he comes first and that you're really aware of him? Or are you sideswiped by your emotions, by distractions, by the desires of your heart that aren't his, by money, by concerns, fear? How much are you protecting your relationship with him? Because he's the constant. And so I want to leave you with that encouragement today to make Jesus the anchor of your life, the foundation of your life. Those who build their house on the Lord are not building on sinking sand. And it's a good place, because when the wind and the storms and the waves come, your house will stand because of what it's built on. So, are you tethered to the Lord? I'll see you next week.